In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to do Amazon keyword research. I'm Dr. Travis Ziegler, and in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you two different ways that I do Amazon keyword research when I'm researching a new product. The first way is going to be using a tool by Helium 10 called Cerebro, and that's a reverse ASIN tool. So we did competitor analysis in the last video, which you can check out right above here. And then we're also going to show you a different way that if you have a keyword in mind, then we're going to look up a keyword that way. So what I want to do is just go over the importance of keyword research first, and then we'll jump in and I'll show you how I do it. So keyword research is probably the most important piece to the Amazon puzzle. It's not only important for your titles, your bullets, your listing overall, your back-end search terms, your description. It's great for indexing. It's important for Amazon PPC. And this is pretty much the make or break thing from your Amazon listing. And so if you get this right, it can make you thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. But if you get this wrong, then that's when you can pretty much go bankrupt from your Amazon business. So keyword research is just so vital, and going around products that you know is also vital as well, but that's for another video. But just knowing a product and being able to research a product and loving that product is going to make a big difference, and it could make or break your Amazon keyword research and your Amazon business and your e-commerce business overall. So the goal that I'm going to show you is not to find the most lucrative, high search volume search terms. If you have the budget to go after those, go for it. But most people don't have that kind of budget. So what I recommend is going after the mid to long tail keywords. Now, mid to long tail keywords mean different. They have a different meaning in Amazon than they do in Google. In Google, a mid to long tail keyword is a phrase that's 4 to 5 words long. Whereas in Amazon, it's words and phrases that may not have that high search volume, but they have that middle to longer search volume. So that means that instead of 50,000 searches a month, it may only get 1,000 or even 50. And so what we're going to do is try to find words in there that are the most optimum for us to go after. And then that's what I recommend doing is those high search volumes. I still put those in the front of my title, but when I do PPC and Amazon sponsored products, I go after the mid to long tail ones, the one that get like 5,000 searches or less per month, depending on the keyword. And I'll show you exactly how I do it. So let me flip over to my screen and we'll jump right in. All right, so if this sheet looks familiar, it's from our last video when we did competitor analysis. And so I've done competitor analysis on my closest competitor, and going along with our sunglasses example, what I like to do first is a reverse ASIN, just to kind of get my ideas around what keywords I want to go after. So what I do first is I highlight the top 9 ASINs. Take them over here to Cerebro. Reverse ASIN lookup inside Helium 10. I'll put a link down below for it. Hit Get Keywords. All right, great. So now that our keywords have populated, what we want to do is eliminate words that don't apply to our product. And so what I like to do is start with the word frequency list, because getting rid of some of these bigger words is going to really help, and just really help with reducing your keywords that you have to go through. You can see right down here that right now we have to go through 28,000 keywords. Something else you can do to get started is get rid of the ones that are 30 and below, or if you have a big filtered keyword list like 28,000, then I'd even recommend going higher. So I'm going to go 100, and then I'm going to hit apply, and let's see how much that reduces it. But if you have a keyword list of like 10,000, then I wouldn't do it quite as much. So you can see that only took off about 5,000, so we still have a lot to go. So let's go to this word frequency list, and what I'm going to do is start a negative keyword list. And so these are words that are not going to apply to our product. So I'm going to put negative keywords, and this is also your exclusion list. And so I'm just going to start here with sunglasses. So sunglasses, women, men. So ours are not men's sunglasses, they're women's. They are polarized. Glasses will still probably apply depending on how they search. If you ever have a question on something, you just click it. It will populate it down below. And then you can see what people are asking. So you can see people put a space there, so you'll want to keep glasses in there. And so we'll clear that search. All right, so let's look even further. Polarized, accessories. So let's look at what accessories is. Come down here, men fashion accessories, fossil accessories for women, float trip accessories. So you can see accessories are a very broad topic, And I don't know if I want to rank for that because that's somebody that's just kind of browsing around. So car accessories, accessories for women, cute car accessories, that's going to cost a lot of money to really rank for those. So I'm going to put that in my negative keyword list over here. Alright, so as you can see, I've come up with about 236 different keywords that we could use as negatives. So what I'm going to do is now take this list, and we're also going to use this as a negative in our Amazon PPC campaign, but also as a filter in our search term campaign. So we're going to come over here to the Frankenstein tool, and we're going to paste everything in. What I like to do is add commas with a space. I maintain phrases, I remove duplicates, and then I don't worry about removing special characters. And you're going to get a nice list of words. And what I do with this is I go back into the Cerebro, and then I hit exclude phrases for, and then I hit apply. So you can see that dropped our list to about 7,884, which is a lot more manageable than what we had before. So what I'm going to do next is download this list and upload it into my spreadsheet. While we're waiting for that to download, let's start our keyword research tool. So what I like to do is start with the top keyword. So you can see that has a lot of search volume. So I'm going to come over here to magnet and just get that one going. Looks like that's downloaded now. So I'm going to upload it into my spreadsheet by going to File, Import, go to Upload, and then you can just drag it right over. And then I like to insert a new sheet. And there's your reverse ASIN worksheet. It should be down below. Right there it is. All right, and so now this one's populating. What I like to do is take that same list I just started with. We're going to actually add to that list. So let me open this up real quick. Go back to my competitor analysis, go back to negative keywords, and we're going to go back to the bottom. Just so we don't have to start all this over again. So I'm going to come back down here, go to advanced filters, so you can still see about 12,272, which is still quite a bit. And what we're going to do is start out with 100. I like to go until I'm about under 100 filtered keywords, or excuse me, under 1,000 filtered keywords, and then we can go through them from there. Then we're going to exclude the phrases that we came up with before. Hit apply. And then we're going to find words that are up here that don't belong as well. So I'm pretty sure ombre is pan, so we'll add that to the list. Okay, so I've got my list again. We've found about 277 keywords. Going to do the same thing on Frankenstein. So we're going to take it over to Frankenstein keyword processor, paste them all in, hit the process button. Now we have our new list. Let's head back over to magnet, put it right into there, hit apply. Let's see what we get down to. All right, so we're down to 1,576. So now what I like to do is go by search term. And what I'm going to do now is just look for different words inside the actual phrases that might not apply to us. So right there off the bat, we have men's and blacklight. So let's continue to add to this list. Again, the more you do up front, the better you're going to be in the back end. So there's men's again, women's, round, there's another brand name that we don't look anything like, Sojo's, Coach, there's men's again, and I think we're actually pretty good. So let's do this one more time. So we're going to grab all these, and we're going to take them over here to Frankenstein, process. Now we have our final list of negatives, and we'll use this as a negative phrase match in our Amazon PPC campaigns, but we're also going to use it as an exclusion list for this. All right, so now that we have our final list, what we're going to do is download this one as well. So now that we've downloaded the magnet keyword research, we're going to go to File, Import, Upload, and we're going to drag that file over, insert into a new sheet. So now what we've got is our reverse ASIN, and we have our keyword research. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to sort and categorize our keywords. And so we've got this collection of keywords. Now what do we do with them? What we want to do is sort them to figure out what the keyword is. We're going to separate them into 3 different categories for this purpose. We're going to do browse, shop, and competitor. So some of our competitor keywords, even though we did take some of them out, will still be in there. What I like to do is highlight those yellow. And then our shop keywords, I like to highlight blue, and our browse keywords, I want to highlight purple. So what the heck is the difference between all 3 of these? So competitor is pretty easy. Competitor keywords are just brand named keywords that aren't yours. And so that's very easy to situate those out and to separate those out. So let's talk about browse and shop. So if I'm browsing for something, I'm not really looking for anything in particular. I'm looking for more of just kind of a general problem solver. And so in the description in the blog post, which is below, we go over eyelid wipes. And so for eyelid wipes is a shop term. People that type in eyelid wipes are looking for eyelid wipes, obviously. That's a shop term. Now a browse term would be like blepharitis or dry eyes, something that eyelid wipes solves. And so if I type in blepharitis, and what you're trying to do here is get into the customer's mind. So if I'm typing in blepharitis into the Amazon search or Amazon, Amazon.com, what I'm doing is just kind of looking for a solution to my problem. I don't know what it is yet, but I know that it exists on there, so I'm going to search on Amazon. Now, if I type in eyelid wipes, I know exactly what I want. I want eyelid wipes, but which one do I want is the question. And so eyelid wipes is a shop term, and then blepharitis is a browse term. So going back to our example for sunglasses, so polarized sunglasses for women or brown polarized sunglasses for women will be more of a shop term, whereas in a browse term will be like beach accessories or women accessories or stylish accessories. So those are browse terms. With the sunglasses example, I try to stay away from browse terms just because they're so general. But with eyelid wipes, we go after dry eyes, we go after blepharitis. And so it's something that just kind of use your discretion. And if you're unsure of a keyword, I always recommend going to the browse category because we're going to bid less when we start our campaigns in the browse section than we are going to be on the shop section. And so if in doubt, go to browse. That's the easiest way to remember that. And so I like to do an analogy for browse versus shop. So think about if you're just walking around a mall and you're not really looking for anything in particular. You just went to the mall for the day just to kind of hang out. And so you walk in and out of stores, and when you're in a store, a customer service rep asks you, is there anything I can help you with? You just say, no, I'm just browsing. And so you're just kind of looking, or no thanks, I'm just looking. And so that's a browsing type mentality. Somebody's just kind of browsing around. They're not quite ready to buy yet. They're just kind of researching, looking, and you just want to be in front of them at a cheaper rate for that. Now, when somebody is shopping, I'm looking for high-heeled shoes. And so I know exactly what I want. Maybe I want black high-heeled shoes. And so what I'm doing is I'm going into a store. When the customer service rep asks me, is there anything I can help you with? You can say, I'm looking for a pair of black high-heeled shoes. And you know exactly what you're looking for. You're shopping. You may not know exactly which pair of high-heeled shoes you want yet, but you know exactly what you want, a black pair of high-heeled shoes. So you're in the shopping state of mind. So browse, shop. And so browse is going to be, we're going to be bidding less on that for PPC, and we're going to be bidding more for shop terms because the different buying mind of the customer. So try to really get into your customer mind when you're doing this keyword categorization. So let's jump back to the screen and then I'll show you how I do it. All right, so here are our keywords. And like I said, it's going to be a little tougher to do this with sunglasses and show you a great example because most sunglasses are going to be shop. And so there's not going to be a lot of browse for this. So I'm going to do another video that's going to show you another example of this, maybe a better example. So that might be out by the time, and if it is out, I'll put it above this video or I'll put it down below in the description and comments. And if you're liking this video so far, make sure you do subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out, spread the word. Hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell right beside it. And then also leave any comments, any questions that you have in the comments below as well. So let's jump into this. So I'm going to jump into shop keywords first. So sunglasses for women, women's sunglasses, polarized sunglasses, sunshade, we can do that as a browse, oversized sunglasses. This might be more of a browse category because you're not really looking for anything in particular, but I'm going to keep it. There's a competitor, lentes de sol. This might be a browse category too because it's very broad, so I might not want to bid quite as much for it. Round sunglasses, they know exactly what kind of style they want. Retro, Still kind of a browse, looking around. Sunglasses for women. So let's just highlight all those. I'm just going to do about the first 50 just to kind of give you an idea. And then I'll show you what we're going to do next with it. And then delete the ones that don't apply. So sunglasses case, we're not just a case, we're everything. Circle glasses doesn't really make sense with us. Black sunglasses, ours are brown, so we'll want to delete those. All right, so we've got them pretty much sorted. I did just the top 100 to save you some time from this video because there's about 1,400 keywords total. What I like to do next is actually sort it by Magnet IQ score. So the key thing to remember with Magnet IQ score is it's a great score from Helium 10 that tells you kind of a search volume to how many competing products there are, but you have to watch out for brand names. And so if there's a lot of brand names in your Magnet IQ score will be high for the brand names, so you want to avoid brand names when you're looking at that. So let's next sort it by Magnet IQ score. So we highlighted everything, go to data, sort range, Magnet IQ score Z to A. And so you can see all these brand names pop up. Actually, these are all brand names right here too. I just miscategorized them. All right, so what we want to do is we actually want to get rid of the brand names. And so that's the nice thing about highlighting them. So the yellow, we just want to get rid of. So I'm going to start a new sheet over here just to get these off to the side. You don't want them in your main document, and then we can delete them as we go. So what I'm going to do is get rid of all the competitor, and then we're going to come back and show you what we're going to do next. All right, so now we've gotten rid of all the competition, and now we're just left with browse and shop. So you can see that these orange ones, those are actually our brand name. I categorize those as orange, but if you're just starting out a new product, you probably won't see your brand name too often. So now we're going to separate them into browse and shop. So let's do that next. Pretty much just grab them and separate them manually. So we're going to start another sheet here. Here's browse keywords and shop keywords. So we'll grab all the browse first. So now that we have all these in here, I'm going to sort this back by volume, by search volume, and I'm going to go over a couple different things. So with search volume being the highest, these top keywords right here are what you want to model your titles after, your bullets, your description, your back-end search terms. You want to go after these higher search terms because that's going to allow you to show up more for those search terms if you start building sales momentum. But for the purposes of PPC, these are going to be extremely expensive to go after. So if you have the budget to go after these search terms, go for it. You'll get a lot of volume, you'll get a lot of data. If you don't have the budget to go after big search terms, and this is what I do, I go after mid to long tail keywords. And so like I talked about at the beginning of the video, mid to long tail keywords in Amazon's world is keywords that don't get quite that much search volume. So therefore they're not going to have as much competition as far as sponsored products. And so what I do again is I sort by Magnet IQ score. And so we'll go by Magnet IQ score, Z to A, and then you can see the searches that come up to the top. So what I'm going to do now is go over to the browse and shop specific areas, and we're going to sort by Magnet IQ score, Z to A. I'm just going to do a quick resize so we can see everything pretty well. All right, so what I would recommend going after is these top 5 keywords. If you have to choose, and if you're on a budget, go after the top 5 keywords first. And then you can see these still have pretty good search volume. And if you have more of a budget, go after the top 10. Don't be afraid to get a little more aggressive. And so that's kind of how I do it. And all these other keywords aren't wasted. What I recommend doing is going after the 5 keywords first. Once you see that you're profitable, then you can go after the next 5 and then the next 5, and then you just keep adding 5 in until you go through your whole keyword phrase list. Now let's go over to shop. We're going to do that same thing. Let's first organize it, and then we're going to sort by Magnet ID score. All right, so same thing here. Now this is going to be a little different situation. So you can see the search volume here is 203,000, 28,935, and 52,000. So those are still big keywords. And so We actually want to separate those out into separate ad groups when we look at our PPC campaigns. Maybe not the 28,000 one, but the 52,000 and the 203. So then my main ad group is going to be these 5. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, if you have the budget, go after these bigger keywords. But I like to start out a little more conservative. And then, so that's why I'm going to go after these 5 first. And then the next 5 will be these 5, and so on, all the way down the list. And so these would be separated out into a different ad group so we can watch them a little closer. And you don't want to go after the 203,000 with a high budget, as high of a budget as you would with these. And so we'll separate this out into a separate ad group just because of that high search volume. And so again, this was step 3 in my Amazon PPC process. In the first step, what we talked about is just making sure that you know where you are right now, establishing that baseline, and so you can start to track your results moving forward and how to create that worksheet. So you can click that video right above me and you can check that out, or you can check out the description below. Step 2 was competitor analysis. So we researched your competition to really check out what keywords they're ranking for, what keywords show up frequently. And then today was step 3, and that was keyword research. Keyword research it's a heavy subject because it takes so long to do, but I can guarantee you 95% of people aren't doing it, and especially doing it correct. So is my way correct? It works for us, and we've built a $3 million company on Amazon. I would try it and see if it works for you. If it doesn't work for you, then try another strategy, but just try to find a strategy that works for you. This is a strategy we use to scale our ads really high and to get a lot of sales on our products. And so if you liked this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button down below, and also subscribe to our channel, and then hit the little bell right beside it, because I'm going to be coming out with more great videos around Amazon PPC. That's what me and my agency focus on. And so if you want to talk with me at all and have a kind of an audit of your Amazon PPC campaign, I'd love to chat with you. It's a free 30 to 45 minute phone call. You can head to growto1million.com to book that phone call with me. And what I do on that phone call is just walk you through your campaigns, what we can maybe do better. So why do I do this for free? Because I believe that if you need help, you'll hire me, and we'll offer you a coaching program. If I can't help you though, I'm going to point you in the right direction to someone that can help you, or something that can help you. So if I can't, I'll point you in the direction that somebody can. And I also love talking to entrepreneurs that are in the same space as me. So to book that call, head to growto1million.com. I really appreciate you watching this video. Share it with somebody if you think that they might benefit from it as well, or keep it to yourself if you don't want anybody else to know about how we use Amazon PPC. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video where we're going to be talking about optimizing your Amazon listing.